Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 320. Before we start the show, we want to thank all of our wonderful fans who have supported us. And if you want to show support for the Rated G network, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/Rated for Gamers. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Rated G for Gamers. And finally, please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all the love. I'm your host, Dave Rotino, and this is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster formerly known as Classic Robinson.
What's going on, man? It's E3 season.
It's time, baby.
Kind of.
Well,
kind of.
E3 season. You gotta put those heavy quotation marks, those air quotes up.
I know.
Because
I've always called it the Super Bowl of video game. But
that's right.
That's right. It's here. We're just gonna call it E3, even though E3 is officially canceled 2022. But it's kind of here because everybody has the big press conference.
All right, you can call it Summer Game Fest because that's the branding over all of these presentations. So Jeff Keighley
except for Xbox. Xbox is in Bethesda showcase.
Oh, really? It didn't say Summer Games Fest at all?
There's no Summer Games Fest at all.
All right, they're doing their own thing. Okay.
All right. Well, before we get into that, I just want to tell you, Dave. This is like our sixth E3 season, right?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
I think so.
All right. Been a while.
Yeah.
I did something that you don't know. I don't even know what your thoughts are on it, but I'm just gonna tell you, I've converted. I've converted. You know, I like name brand stuff, and I've had the Louis Vuitton wallet, the Coach wallet.
Yeah, you're a man of
name brand wallets that cost a lot of money.
Yeah, you're a man of sophisticated taste. I understand.
Yeah, well, and I'm a man of tech as well. That's why I'm thinking about a Tesla. I'm thinking about, I need to get a car. I'm thinking about to get a Tesla because I rode in two Teslas, and I got to be honest, I've been blown away.
Okay.
But I'm also a man of the Ridge wallet now. I got the Ridge wallet.
Oh, not a sponsorship. Let's just say that right now. Not a sponsorship. You got the Ridge.
And
oh, boy.
The Ridge keys.
Okay.
I'm all in, baby. Let's see.
Wow.
I just got it.
Do you like it?
I just got it today. So, I mean, the form factor is smaller. All right. No one can copy my credit card information because of titanium right here. They got the technology.
Turn it sideways real quick. I want to see how thick it is.
Oh, there we go. Well, the thickness depends on how many cards you have.
Oh, so you got to filled up with a couple. Okay.
We can fit up to 16 cards. I think I have 9 right now, 9 and 10 cards right now. You got my ID.
Yeah, well, you gotta
have that. So I have the Ridge wallet, and you get the
money clip on the outside. Yep.
Yeah. Only because you can have the strap, which seems more secure. Except, I watched a review of someone who had the Ridge wallet for a year, and the strap seemed, had a lot of wear and tear on it, and it was ripping up and stuff, and lint all in it, and it just didn't look right. So I was like, I'm gonna get the money clip. So not a lot of money if you're looking at the video portion, only like a couple of bucks.
Come on, Dan. You gotta wrap a hundo around the outside. You gotta floss right now.
Well, you know what? Unless they zoom in, they can't really tell. So it's a hundo right there. That's that one isn't $1. It's 100. There you go. So,
I'm a Bellroy man personally. It's a similar kind of wallet, but it's just like a leather little slip thing, right? And it's got a pocket in the middle and then 2 on the outside.
I'm all in on a Ridge. If you spend a little bit more money, you get the little pocket to have change. But who wants to have change? I was like, I don't want to have change.
No, you can just keep that in your pocket, or just give it to somebody on the street and be generous. Nobody's carrying around quarters and nickels.
So I'm all in on a Ridge. This is day 1, right? So I'll keep you. I know this is not more. I know we're more video game centric and not tech centric, but I will keep you posted on how my Ridge wallet is faring. And so far.
Nice.
It's pretty compact, right? Not bulgy, right, in my pocket. So I'm kind of loving it. But I want to see it in action when I actually need to use a card out of here and pay for stuff. So, but at least I don't know it can steal my identity.
Just want to say
Not a
that,
sponsorship. It should be a sponsorship. No
That's
one
right.
can steal my
That's right.
identity. I know that.
Mm-hmm. Good deal.
That's a good thing. No one can steal my identity.
Good deal.
So it's E3 season. Dave, we talked about, the PlayStation. I think, our top story, our lead story of last episode was the PlayStation, state of play, which I was wrong the one time. I'm never wrong. You know what?
The one time you admitted that you were wrong, yes.
You know
were
what?
wrong
You know
many
what?
times.
You know what? As I say, this is episode 320. I'm not wrong, but I'm not always right. So there we go. I'm never wrong, but I'm not always right. So that's what I'll say.
Which means he'll never admit when he's wrong. When that's okay.
That's all I'll say.
That's okay.
That's what I'll say. So a different type of show this year, because we're just gonna jump into all the different press conferences. We're not gonna get into anything now. So let's just jump in to the big press conference, which was the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. Okay. So I'm not gonna get into every single game ever announced, because it's over 30 plus games and we got other showcases to get into. We're not going to get into every single game.
Big
We're not going to get into every single game from every single conference, because we'll be here for like 3 hours and we definitely don't want that. But I want to highlight some of the major standouts to me. So the Xbox and Bethesda showcase, they started off with Redfall. And it was one of the games that they ended the sort of the E3 press conference from last year.
Yep.
And
Didn't
I was
get a lot of
pretty
info
down on it. Yeah, I was pretty down on it last year because we only got a cinematic trailer, right?
We didn't know what the game was. Yeah.
Of a multiplayer game. But I got to be honest, I was really into what we saw. We saw actual gameplay. You're sort of in Boston, which is an island of some sort at this point for some reason, right? And you're stuck in Boston, and you're hunting vampires, right? And you can get, I think you can get up to 6 players on the team, if I'm not mistaken.
4 to 6, yeah, I think something like that. And it's essentially a looter shooter. So you run through the areas, you gain new weapons, you upgrade your characters, and I think they want you to do it co-op. They want you to get all your friends together and play.
It's Destiny with vampires. Come on, let's just say that.
Exactly. Now, I'm excited
with a
too.
more cartoony aesthetic, not.
Yeah. I'm excited too, but it really comes down to how much content and the variety of that content is really going to make or break the game. Because there's some games like The Division didn't have a lot of content, and it was a major grind fest. And that was kind of part of its downfall,
I'm gonna shock you. You're gonna be surprised. I'm surprised myself. I was super into the gameplay, so I'm into this. I would get a team together. I would want to get a team together. I would want you and 2 other people to get like 4 people together. And
we can easily do that. Yeah, we can easily do that.
And hunt some vampires.
Now, this is a Microsoft first party, right? They enveloped I forget what the studio is who did this. Was it Arcane? It is Arcane.
Arcane.
So Arcane is doing this, owned by Microsoft. It will be on Games Pass, I believe, day one, because it's an internal game. So I'm down to play. I'm down to play. Now,
I'm down.
Are they gonna do a physical for it? That's the question.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you right now. If they do a physical for it, I will be pissed, and I am tweeting Phil Spencer right away, and I'll tell you why. This is a multiplayer game. Oh, listen, get the camera on me, okay? Because I'm about to have a gamer group. I'm about to vent. Okay. I'm pissed. Okay. If they have a physical for Redfall, that's asinine. Okay, that's asinine. I'll tell you why. This is a multiplayer game. This is a game that benefits mostly, if not entirely, from being on Games Pass, where we and you could just play and we don't have to buy the game right out, right? You have a physical for a game that's literally Destiny with vampires, but you don't have a physical for a single player game, which is Psychonauts 2, which was our game of the year last year, by the way, is asinine. Sorry. It's ridiculous.
And a game that's essentially complete, Psychonauts, when a game like Redfall, which will never be complete because they're always adding new content, day one, there's going to be a patch, and it's going to have new content updates, whatever. Your disc is useless at that point. So,
Well,
I understand.
Your disc is useless for Forza Horizon for Forza, right? Your disc is useless for Halo Infinite.
Well,
right?
90% of the games out there. Yeah.
Yeah, right? So it's useless for those two games. We have the physical just for posterity, just because we're collectors and we wanted the box. We don't need the physical.
Exactly.
Yeah. Why have a physical for Redfall? I would be pissed if they have a physical for Redfall and not Psychonauts 2. I'm just putting that out there. You better not have a physical.
Oh boy.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh boy.
That's all I'm saying.
I
already got my gamer brief ready.
We're gonna get some nasty DMs from Phil in our inbox. This is gonna be great.
All right. So the shock of the night, well, the shock of the show, right? People thought this was canceled or would be at the Nintendo Direct, which, by the way, is rumored for June 29th. Heavily rumored. So, keep a lookout for that.
I would put money on that. We
got Hollow Knight Silk Song. We thought it was canceled. People thought it was canceled. We heard anything about this, and that's because Microsoft has the marketing, and it will be Game Pass day one.
I didn't think it was canceled. I'm happy to see it. We still didn't get a release date, though. So
I know.
Still didn't get a release date. What? So it's a tease. But it's a giant tease.
But you know what? They started the show saying that everything being shown will be released within the next 12 months. So between now and next E3 season,
that's true.
Everything will be released. So we don't have a lot of people didn't. We know.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't see that. So
we know it will be released within the next year. So, if it's not coming this fall, it's definitely coming next spring, and it's probably not finished yet. Right? They still got to make some polish, so they're not committing to a date, but they know that it'll be released. By the latest, beginning of next summer. Right,
and that's something awesome. Let's not forget 30 some odd games within a year. So by this time next year, all of these games will be out, unless some crazy thing happens. That means, we're gonna get. I don't want to spoil the other games that are there, but there's a reason we didn't see some games in the showcase, because they're like, no, we want to focus on games that are coming out soon. Either for the holiday or Christmas too, or by summer.
At the beginning of the showcase, when they sort of prefaced that and said these are games that are coming out within the next year, I was like, there goes Perfect Dark, and there goes one of the best franchises in video games history, Fable, no matter what Dave says.
Yeah, you know what? I ain't crying that there was no Fable in the showcase. It can kick rocks.
Shut up.
It can kick rocks.
Whatever. You know what? Fable doesn't love you either. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's mutual.
The next one of the next highlights I want to say, we got the next Plague Tale game, right? Requiem. We knew that was in development. That wasn't anything surprise, but seeing gameplay and seeing that it's going to come out in the next year, that was a surprise. I do have the first one on Xbox. I haven't played it, but I do know sort of what it's about. So it was bittersweet to see that it's coming out and within the next 12 months. That means I just got to catch up on the first one.
You got time, Dan. You got time.
I got time. I know I got time.
It looked good though. It looked good. I was kind of hyped.
I know I spoiled it. I spoiled the ending. I spoiled sort of the game itself for myself. So, I don't really care about some of that stuff if it's not like one of the franchises I really want to play, like Uncharted, where you can't spoil anything for me. I got to play it myself.
Of course.
But she's really into her powers, and they really are doubling down on sort of stealth. So I don't know how I'm gonna like the second game when it comes out, but I definitely want to try it, play the first game.
Right.
Then they talked about Forza, right? We got Forza Motorsport.
No,
they dropped the number.
No number. It's not 8.
No number.
7 was the last one.
It should be 8. It should be 8. But they talked about Motorsport.
Well,
they spent a lot of time talking about the environment instead of the cars. Motorsport. I will say
they came at Polyphony Digital so hard, because the Gran Turismo folks, and I'm not trying to necessarily throw shade, but they were literally trying to throw shade because of the the real time lighting and all that, and the ray tracing.
They throw literal and figuratively shade. That's what
Right,
they
right.
really
Because
do.
Gran Turismo was like, hey, we have ray tracing, but only in the cutscenes. And I'm like, well, so it doesn't look quite as good. And this they were like, here's daytime, and then they shifted the track to nighttime, and you see all the shadows move in real time. That was super cool. And there was a lot of cool cars in the track too, like a lot of kind of unique cars I haven't seen before. So
is this like what it's going to be? You think going forward? No numbers, just updating Forza Motorsport.
I think
sort of whatever the technology is and the cars and
I think
features.
this is going to be racing game as a service. I think they're deliberately taking off the 8, so now it's kind of evergreen. It's not. Well,
I think this is
9 coming out.
I think this is a mistake. It'd be Forza 8, just so you can.
Well, I don't know if they're doing that, but
I know, but yeah. I think this is Forza 8. I don't care what this is Forza 8. I think they should make it Forza 8, so they sort of could differentiate from Forza 9, which usually the 9 is what they drop. They don't usually say 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm telling you right now, I'll put money on it. We're not getting Mario Kart 9. Okay, we got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and we got Mario Kart. We got Mario Kart the mobile game. Mm-hmm. So whatever the next Mario Kart is, will be X. Will be 10. Okay, we're not getting a Mario Kart 9.
Got no Windows 9. You got no iPhone 9.
Windows 9.
Nope.
Yeah.
They're just like, nah, 9's not a cool number. And I don't even. So I like 9. I don't know. People are hating on 9 like it's some sort of plague. Mm-mm.
So 9,
it's a good number.
So they should have made it Forza Motorsport 9. So when they get to the next one and it's an incremental upgrade, right? They could just call it Forza Motorsport XL or something, and then when they go to 10, they could just call it Forza Motorsport. That's it. So I think they made a mistake on this. They're going to grow to regret it. Telling you.
Oh, yeah.
But something they do have a number on, and that's Forza Horizon 5. We got the leaked DLC. The leak was true. We got Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels, and that looked pretty cool. I mean, I kind of like sort of the Hot Wheels track and fire coming from the tires and stuff like that.
Yeah. So second time they did this. They did it with Forza Horizon 3 had a Hot Wheels expansion. The fourth one had a Lego expansion, which was kind of cool. This did look awesome, right? You're in the Mexican desert with these giant plastic loop-the-loops. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get it.
No,
I'm gonna get it.
I'm all for you getting it. Probably not.
I'm gonna get it. It's great, man.
Then I didn't know this. This is something I didn't know. Microsoft Flight Simulator, same age, 40 years old because it's the 40th anniversary of Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yep, came out in 1982 for the IBM PC. Yep.
I didn't even know Microsoft was that old.
Mm-hmm. Microsoft's been around since the 70s. Yeah.
So I thought Bill Gates made this in his college dorm room back in like the mid 80s, or I could be confusing him with Dell. Because I know Dell was in the college dorm room.
Probably Dell. Yes.
Okay. Well, we got that, and they got a Halo. You're in the Pelican sort of, connection. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of cool where you play in the Pelican. I want to know how that kind of plays out. I would get into this. Now, this is going to be on, Games Pass. So I would definitely get into that.
Yep.
That's kind of cool. Something that I thought people would be more excited for, and looking at the internet or listening to different podcasts. The major podcasts, IGN, Polygon, all those guys, they're pretty down on this, and that's Overwatch 2, and I don't know why. Right?
Everyone
characters have a single player campaign. Apparently,
everyone's kind of down on it. It's because it's too much of the same. We'll see how the single player plays out. We know nothing about it. We just know that they're building it. So who knows? Okay. It could just be missions. It could be a full-fledged story. I don't know. We don't know. But that's the only real new innovation. They used to be.
That's the only thing I need. The only thing I need. It was
but like it could be like.
So I'll take it.
It could be half baked like Battlefront 2, where it just wasn't enough. Could be, and also rans. But I think the bigger thing is And the main thrust of it is now, used to be 6v6 in Overwatch, now it's going to be 5v5, which has some implications. But what are the new mechanics? We don't know. A lot of the characters look exactly the same. They didn't really do much or seem to tweak that much. Could be a lot of stuff under the hood, a lot of like little things, but yeah, it visually looks similar, and gameplay wise it looks pretty similar. So I don't know.
Oh, listen, you had me at campaign. If they have a single player story, I'll be in it. It's worth it.
That could be the saving grace, but
could be the saving grace. It could be game of the year for me because if they have a story and it's compelling and it's good,
I highly doubt
people love it.
I highly doubt.
No, you're hating. You're a hater. Don't hate.
I'm not a hater.
Yes,
I'm not a hater. Because that's the only part of the game you're going to play, and I think it's not going to be what you think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be full-fledged 20-hour story.
Listen, it could suck too. I'm just saying. It's a possibility.
I don't think it's going to be bad. I just don't think it's going to be like a full-fledged single-player experience. I think it's going to be like extra.
All right. Well, something that was bad that's now good, and that's Fallout 76. All right. This is where we get to the Bethesda part of the show where we talked about, the DLC, The Pit for Fallout 76, which is something that was bad that got good. I played it. I thought it was good. It's just something I just really couldn't get into. I'm not a Fallout guy. I'm not into the art style and the weird faces. I'm not in, the googly eyes, and I'm just not into the combat.
All right. Plus, it's a lot of multiplayer, PvP.
It is. But getting away from the multiplayer aspect of it, I feel like I should be into because I feel like it's something I would be into, but just didn't get into it. But I'm the Pit, which for Pittsburgh, right? The DLC is something I would want to get into if I was into Fallout. So if you're into multiplayer games in Fallout 76, I would check this. This looks pretty good. Something I wouldn't. Not sure. Then we got Vin Diesel. There was a Vin Diesel sighting. He's everywhere. He always comes in. Arc 2, right? We saw last year Arc 2. I thought there was going to be like an anime associated with this. That he was going to, and he was going to be in the game. Yeah, and he's going to be in the game. He was riding a T-Rex, and they ate a dinosaur, and that was it. And it was like Arc 2 is still coming, so it's here. We didn't really see any actual gameplay. It was a trailer of Vin Diesel.
Is that a selling point
and Vin
for
Diesel,
you?
by the way, is the same. Vin Diesel's the same. He's in a car. He's like, right? He's on a dinosaur. He's like, So it's
is that a selling point for you that you got a Vinny D in there? You got Mr. Tom Toretto.
Only The Rock can get away with. You know what? Only The Rock can get away with being the same in every video or video game. Like, just raise the eyebrow. If this was Tom Toretto in Arc 2, then I could be okay with that. If he got hit, with a portal blast and got sent to the past, and he was like on top of a dinosaur.
He used the nitrous way too much, opened up a black hole.
There you go. He drove into the past, just like Back to the Future. If this was like a Back to the Future tie-in, and he drove.
They need some new plot lines.
I don't want Vin Diesel.
They need some new plot lines.
I don't want Vin Diesel. I want Tom Toretto. Then I'm okay with it.
You want Dom? Okay, yeah,
I want Dom.
So I mean, I don't know. I didn't play the first one. Probably not going to play part 2.
I didn't play the first one. It had lots of issues, which is why I didn't play it. And I would play it on the Switch, by the way, because on the go or on the plane when I'm stuck and I have to play something, right? Like when you're a kid and you only get one game and you got to make it work. With shocks, okay, all right. So, no, I'm probably not going to play this game, and I'll get it on a discount, in the winter or Christmas of 2023. Because it's next year. A game that I definitely 1000% will not be playing, and that is Gorn. And we saw this last year. Spooky game. It's beyond spooky. It's beyond Resident Evil. It's beyond. It's not
that spooky. It's just it's like aliens. It's like an H.R. Geiger thing.
It's a disgusting.
Yeah, that's not spooky. That's different. It's just a lot of flesh.
It's spooky and disgusting. It's spooky because you don't know what's gonna come out. No, I'm good. You're pulling this thing at it. No, I'm good.
Well,
we saw it's coming. It's coming. Obviously,
it's been through a whole art style revamp, and they redid a lot of the models and everything. Like, it's come a long way. Not that it looked
It's
bad back in
disgusting.
the day, but put a whole new layer of paint on it.
Oh yeah,
I am
it's
super
disgusting.
hyped.
How are you hyped? It's disgusting. Thing looks disgusting. It's coming out of you. You gotta pull it. I'm good.
Oh yeah, I know. When you're like slipping the bullets in, which are like little like live thing. Oh, it's super cool. Yeah, and
Yeah, no, it doesn't look cool.
I think Scorn is coming out this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
I
I
think
mean,
that's
it's coming
this
out.
year. Yeah, October,
It's coming out with
October,
yeah.
October
No, I'm
21st.
good. Yeah,
Just
I'm
in
good. You
just in time for the holidays, Dan. All right.
Yeah,
There
I'm
you go.
okay. You can have it.
There you go.
I'll be apple picking. You can
Uh-huh.
keep it. No, good. So, another game that was leaked that we knew it was coming, sort of like an a Minecraft RPG, Minecraft Legends. That looked pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That looked pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Don't know if this is an Xbox exclusive since Minecraft has been on everything, right? Could it come on PlayStation? Possibility of coming on PlayStation.
Oh, I
Um,
wouldn't be surprised if this came out on other platforms.
Yeah. So, we're gonna, brand. Everybody was asking if we're gonna get a brand new Minecraft game. We are. It's just different. And where we,
I didn't like the beginning marketing for this because they were like a brand new game from Mojang. It's not. Still, it's just a spin-off of an existing franchise. I was a little salty over that. All right, it's still Minecraft. I mean, Christ, I was a
well,
little salty.
it's an RPG kind of, right?
Yeah, but it's still Minecraft. I'm still not gonna play it. It's fine.
A game that looks like it should have been on the PlayStation showcase, and it is coming out on PlayStation. It is not an Xbox exclusive, maybe a console launch exclusive, and that is Naraka Blade Point, right? Which is sort of like an action adventure battle royale, samurai battle royale, where you can have up to, I think you can have.
I thought it was 60.
You can have up
I'm
to
pretty
60
sure-
fighters.
Yeah, pretty
You
sure
can have
it
up
was
to
60.
60 fighters. Yeah.
So this is kind of cool.
This looks like-
I don't think we've seen a samurai battle royale game necessarily. AAA battle royale samurai game.
Yeah, I think this is coming to Game Pass too. So this is something where it should come to Game Pass, right? It should come to Game Pass. It should come to PlayStation Plus Premium tier, which just started, by the way. I haven't, we'll talk about that next week. We'll get into that, but this is something, when you have like a battle royale game, this is where it makes sense where it's coming Games Pass and not have a physical edition. Unlike Psychonauts 2, I'm not off for that. I'm sorry. I keep saying.
He's still salty, folks. It's bad for the
A
diet.
game that I am salty, but a game that surprised me was Pentiment, right?
Yeah,
From
Pentiment.
Obsidian,
Yeah.
right? From Obsidian, sort of
Now,
a
speaking of-
side-scrolling, cartoony art style, game RPG that was 1,000% an adventure game, no combat whatsoever.
And speaking of Fallout, the guys who were the head of Obsidian were part of Black Isle, which was the original developers of Fallout 1 and 2. And then flash forward, Obsidian does Fallout New Vegas, which is like one of the best ones in the series. And now they're doing this Pentiment thing. It does have shades of Fallout, has a lot of customization, choosing your types of characters and what you want to do in this kind of medieval town. I'm with you. Super hype on this. It looks very good.
I honestly thought everybody would hype about this. I mean, it isn't. I think at the point it is an adventure game. That's why some of the major outlets kind of down on it, have any type of combat or like. I thought when I first saw it, I thought it would be sort of like a turn-based RPG kind of, right? I didn't know if it would be strictly an adventure game. And if you had some of those elements in it, I think people would be a little bit more higher in it. And it's something different from Obsidian.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. It's probably
Totally
the most different game in this whole entire showcase, right?
And it's not only just different, it's something that Microsoft has shown what we're not seeing Outer Worlds too, right? Right? Because that's the one thing that we haven't seen, or another Fallout game. Have them do Fallout.
Right. Yeah.
So, then we got Grounded, I think also from Obsidian. Right, we got more grounded. It's out of early access or beta or whatever you want to call it for the last like 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually coming out.
Yep.
So, and that's something that people have been sort of like high on. Oh, it's Honey I Shrunk the Kids multiplayer game. I mean, it's essentially what it is.
Yep. It's a great
and
conceit.
I dig the art. I dig the art style. I dig the concept. I dig everything about it. But it's not something to play. It's no Redfall. Redfall got me. Kind of. I really. So, moving on. A game that will be first party at some point next summer, but right now it's not first party. So I guarantee you this is coming out on all platforms. That's Diablo 4.
Yeah.
All right, we got gameplay of this. Definitely coming out. Obviously this will be on Games Pass.
We got the new class, the Necromancer, so that makes 5.
I will play as the Necromancer.
5 playable classes. Okay.
I'll play as the Necromancer.
Raise the dead over
bring
here.
people back from the dead. Yeah. Dave, if you die, I'll bring you back.
Dan the Occult Robinson. There you go. Love it.
There you go.
Love it. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to play. It's gonna be a good time.
I'm interested in this. I'm interested. Something that I know you're not interested in, that I think you should be. I think you should give it a chance. Jesus. We should play it. Is Sea of Thieves. And look, they have a new DLC, Captains of Adventure.
I'm glad they're still supporting it.
It's
free on Games Pass.
We can customize the things we have on our ship. Come on.
Ship customization should have been in there from day one, Dan. This is a 3-year-old game. At least 3-year-old game. From Rare.
How hard it is to customize stuff on your ship back in the day? It was hard. Now you can do it.
No. It was a half-baked game when it first came out. Now, I'm down to try it because it's free on Games Pass. We'll give it a go. And we should, to see how it is. I have a friend of mine who plays. She wasn't so crazy about it.
That's 3 people right there. That's 3 people right there.
She wasn't so crazy about it, but...
That's 3 people. We need to get a squad together. Come on, we get a ship together. Right. Come on.
All right. We'll give it a go. We'll see how it is.
All right. I was a little disappointed at this point. All right. Phil Spencer came on and he talked about, our friends at Atlas. We partner our friends at Atlas to bring something special. And this was kind of a disappointment because I thought we would get a brand new game, but we didn't. Got old games coming to Games Pass. Persona 3, Persona 4, Persona 5 Royale. The Royale.
Big news, man. Big news.
I'm not saying it's small news, but I was a little disappointed.
It's Persona 4 Golden. And Persona 3, I think it also is like the complete edition or whatever.
It's the complete edition of all 3 Persona.
Right.
Yeah.
This is big news though. This is big news, Dan.
It is because they were all I want to say stuck, but sort of exclusive PlayStation platforms. And this is a litmus test, if you ask me, right? Like if you download it, you play it, you're showing Atlas that Persona 6, we know 100% is in development. Nothing you can't tell me it's not in development. That if you do play it on if you play it on Games Pass, this Persona 6 will come to X, guaranteed, right? So
I think
NPC because they put out Persona 5 on PC and people bought it and they were super surprised by how many people bought it on Steam. So
the only other Persona game, I think this is the only one, Persona 4 Arena, which was the fighting game based on the Persona series, came to the Xbox 360. I think it did pretty well.
And it did. I have it for 360.
That was the last time, and that was like over 10 years ago, I think. So it's been a while.
Well, this is, Microsoft sort of working more with Japanese-centric game developers and getting them on the Games Pass to see how it works. And we also, as a side note, got a Hideo Kojima sighting on an Xbox showcase just to confirm all the rumors of Kojima working with Xbox on some type of project.
This was a nothing burger.
It's true.
This was a nothing burger.
On. As soon as he said, hey, we're working with a legend, industry legend, I knew he was talking about Kojima. I even said it.
Yeah, but were you surprised? No.
Well, you know
We just
what?
got it
haven't heard
confirmed.
anything.
It's okay.
No. We haven't heard anything. So I'm going to take all the rumors as true as Sony passed on whatever this project was, and this is sort of like some type of multiplayer game, crazy idea that
It's gonna
Kojima
be
has in his head.
Yeah, it's relying heavily on Xbox's cloud technology, their streaming and whatever else. Oh, it's gonna have a big online component, even more so, I'm gonna say, than Death Stranding. I will say,
You know what this is. I'm gonna tell you what. I already know.
Mhm.
You don't have to tell me. I know what this. This is Death Stranding 2. You actually deliver packages. That's what.
you actually deliver packages.
Yep. That's
So,
what
like,
this is.
I would have to come to your house to deliver a package, and I get points.
Virtually, you'll be on the flight simulator. You get dropped down into the world, and you
Oh
will
my God.
deliver the actual virtual
Oh my
package to
God.
my house. And that's that. You know what? That's what this is. That's what this is going to be.
I will
Death
say,
Stranding 2. It's going to be. You know what? It's going to be a subtitle. It's going to be Death Stranding 2. You know, no matter what, the package will get delivered. That's what it's going to be.
God. I will say.
And you know
The
what the
internet-
game? You know what the gameplay is going to be? Getting through traffic.
Oh my God. All right. Well, we can speculate for days, but I will say this: the internet is terrible. People flock to the internet to put up a petition, which has way too many signatures already.
This petition, first of all,
They
this
want to
petition
cancel
is
this game.
ridiculous.
They want to cancel this game already. Everyone's butthurt that Hideo Kojima is partnering up with Microsoft. He's not beholden to anybody. He's a third-party developer. He didn't do anything wrong. Microsoft said, I mean, Sony already passed on it, so that's on Sony. Microsoft said, okay, come to the table. We got you.
Well, let's see how well Microsoft does with that, since they actually cancel, Scalebound look good.
They're not gonna. No. If they're gonna go through all the trouble to get Hideo Kojima involved, they want this game to come out. They're gonna let the man do what the man does best, put out some wacky shit, and it's gonna be great. Could be game of the year. Could be game of the year again.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
We'll see.
I doubt that, but we
see.
actually get the package delivered. That's going to be the
Oh my
subtitle.
God.
Package be delivered. You will literally work for FedEx. But we got this. We didn't care about any of those other games. We watched Microsoft and Xbox Bethesda showcase for one thing, and we got it. They delivered. That is Starfield. We actually saw Starfield for the first time, coming out within a year, and Phil Spencer actually called it and said it's coming out early next year. So we know it's coming out within the spring of 2023.
Slight delay, yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was super hyped for what I saw, more hyped than the major outlets like IGN, because I saw their post show.
Well, they should have started the show off.
I was a little surprised. I was a little surprised by that.
They should have started the show off with this. This was dumb.
No. What? No. What? You are bugging. What are they going to end the show with? Redfall?
It doesn't matter.
No.
End the show with the Persona stuff. End the show with Diablo 4.
No, I'm throwing my hat at the kid. No,
nobody was
That's
surprised
ridiculous.
when nobody was surprised when Todd Howard came out and said, "Hey, we're going to talk about Starfield." Nobody's like, "Oh!" Everyone's like, "Yes, we know. Just show us what the game is."
That's ridiculous. That's the most asinine thing you ever said
Start
on the
with
show.
the thing. It was
episodes.
a giant tease.
No,
They even spoiled it in the middle and said, "Hey, stay tuned later on for Starfield." Why not just start off with it?
Because they didn't have anything big to show. You always have to end big.
There was a lot of good stuff in here. There was a lot of good stuff in here.
No, it wasn't. It was a lot of small stuff. Okay, listen.
No. It was a lot of stuff we already heard about, but we got in-depth trailers. We got information about all this stuff.
Should they end it with Pentiment, or should they end it with Forza Motorsport? No, that would have sucked.
I would have been fine. Pentiment is something new. I was excited for it.
No. Last year the showcase sucked because they ended it with Redfall, and it was only
that was something
trailer.
new. That was something new.
No, it doesn't matter if it's new. You have to blow my mind at the end of the show. Blow my mind.
This guy's a hater. He always hates the Xbox.
Okay, Microsoft, Xbox. They have the same problem every year, every single year. and spoilers for how you think what do you think how you think I thought of the show. We talked about a lot of games. Okay, we've already been recording this for like almost an hour, and we talked about a lot of games, and we're like halfway through.
Yeah. We ended up skipping a lot of stuff. There's a lot of meat in the bone, Dan.
It's not a lot of meat. We skipped the fat. We skipped the fat. We got the meat.
Okay, and this is like 15 games.
They have
15 quality games in there. Games that we cared about. Come on.
They have the games, but they present it wrong. But the one thing they did right in the showcase, presentation wise.
I don't know how you present it differently.
Starfield. You left Starfield at the end, which they should have, and I agree with.
All right, we're going to agree to disagree, but let's get into the meat of it.
Starfield,
you were pretty hyped.
My mind was blown. It is No Man's Sky on steroids. It is like a realistic No Man's Sky.
Everyone's saying that. Yeah,
it's 100% No Man's Sky because you go to different planets. You have 1,000 different planets. You have to mine for material. Mm-hmm. Right, you're a legit astronaut as a third person on like first person.
Combat is a lot more fleshed out. I will say that we did get to see some combat. It's much better than the Fallout games. It's actual combat mechanics, actual guns. It's not like you're like pausing time and aiming at the head.
The combat seemed tight. The bullet actually goes where you want it to go, unlike in Fallout. So it actually seemed more 1-to-1 with like a Call of Duty combat wise, unlike Fallout. So I was down with that. You get different, and it has a story.
Of course.
My only knock is at the frame rate, because everyone's talking about the frame rate.
Well, it a bunch of times. That didn't look great. That looked pretty bad. It needs some time in the hopper, and I think that's why they pushed it, is because they need to do a lot of optimization for it.
But they had some sort of looter shooter elements to this, where he upgraded his gun, halfway in, sort of. They show you where you got space pirates. Yeah, and you get into the spaceship and you find a better gun and you craft it and you shooting super awesome, but you have a story element.
Yeah. Did you not think there was going to be a story? Because I think this game hinges on the story.
It does. And they didn't flesh that out, and that was the one criticism I had, that they didn't flesh out the story. Why do I care about going to give me why do I care? They gave me the Star Wars, you're in the Federation and you're arguing over something, but they didn't give me what I was arguing over, like what's the main premise of the game.
And I think that would have been good to see. We're going to get that over the next, whatever the next Microsoft showcase is or whatever. There'll be some more here's the backstory to this.
You can customize your astronaut. I'm just calling it astronaut. I don't know what to call it.
Sure. Whatever the... Yeah.
I wonder if you can control your penis size, just like in Cyberpunk.
It's not that kind of game, dude. Okay. It's not that kind of game.
I'm just saying.
You may be able to use the toilets, but there is no Wang meter. No, I will bet you money there's no Wang meter.
Oh, man. I would have made mine long. But you can customize...
Use it as a weapon.
You can customize your ship, which I thought was awesome.
Sure.
And whatever your mods are, will contribute to you actually flying the ship.
Right.
Which is pretty awesome.
You'll probably get blueprints, and you'll pick up different pieces of equipment that can be put together to make thrusters and whatever. I can guarantee all that's going to be in there. The thing that the thing that really gets me about it is, and there's kind of a lot of unknowns, is they said 1,000 planets. I think they said specifically 1,000 planets, which is good, because you want to get the feeling of space. You want to get the feeling of the kind of the vastness of the universe, right? You can't just say, here's a really big planet, a la Skyrim or Fallout, because that's not why you're in space. You're in space so you can fly around to different planets and all that, right? So now you have 1,000 different planets to craft.
Okay.
I can guarantee you they're not going to put all the same love into every planet, right? There's going to be a handful of planets that are that look super cool and have a lot of detail to them and a lot of places where you can go. And I think there's going to be a lot of just mining planets that'll just be kind of whatever. Because I don't think they have the time, the manpower, and the money to do all that would take forever.
You don't think they have the money? They're bought by Microsoft.
They don't have the time.
The money.
They don't have the time.
They have the money.
They don't have the time. They don't have the time to do that. So,
Dave, this is going to be Death Stranding in space, except for you're not going to deliver package.
Well, a lot of Death Stranding is just running around the countryside.
Okay. Well,
so you're gonna have that on an epic scale.
And it was still a game of the year, and it was still.
Well,
I don't think this is gonna.
It was interesting terrain or whatever that you went on, but it was all crafted, But there were no like major landmarks. It was just mountains and hills, and like here's a snow area.
Well, they're gonna upgrade. They're gonna upgrade this game. They're gonna have this is a Game Pass game. This is going to be a game that they're going to keep upgrading, and people are going to be.
They're going to be adding stuff to it, sure, and they may even flesh out other planets. As
they're going to flesh out another universe with like 50 other planets.
But that's like a year out or 2 years out before they like do any big expansion.
Say 6 months.
Well, what are you going to do between those 6 months, right? What is the beginning game?
1,000 planets. You're gonna get into 1,000 planets.
Well, wait a minute. Like I said, 90% of those planets are going to be nothing burgers. They're just going to be mining planets.
80% of those planets.
I can guarantee.
They're going to have at least 20% of those planets with a story.
So then having 1,000 planets means nothing, right? It's just kind of there for the number.
It means you can mine a planet that's yellow. You can mine a planet that's blue.
See, now you got me. Primary colors. Now you got me.
There you go.
So the other thing I'm curious about is how do you get from planet to planet, right? Obviously there's going to be fast travel eventually, but if you want to go from planet A to planet B, do you
get fuel? Gotta get fuel.
Well, sure, but so you're gonna fly there. Do you get intercepted by like other enemy?
They have space combat. Did you not see that space combat? Yes,
but is it how fleshed out is it gonna be? They didn't. They mentioned it. They didn't show it.
I am so shocked that you're so skeptical on this.
Well, no. I have questions, Dan, because they didn't answer any of those, and it could be very boring, right?
Listen, I have questions about Tesla, but I believe in Tesla about electric cars. Yes.
Yeah, but you're not gonna buy the game until you know those answers, right? You're not gonna buy the car until you know those answers. You're gonna go and you're gonna test drive it. You're gonna go.
Pre-order the game.
What about this?
I'm gonna pre-order the Tesla. You know why? Because you can't buy it right now because they can't manufacture enough, so I got to pre-order it for next year or a year and a half or 2 years.
But you've ridden in a car, you know how it feels, you know the features of it. You don't just go in blind on it.
Yeah, I've seen a trailer. You're right. I've seen a trailer. I rode in it, which is essentially a trailer. I don't know how it feels.
Well, look. I'm just saying we've seen this before. No Man's Sky, big shoes to fill.
No Man's Sky didn't have
Cyberpunk.
No Man's Sky,
big shoes to fill.
No Man's Sky.
Lots of games. The Division, big shoes to fill, fell short.
No Man's Sky didn't have the story element. No Man's Sky didn't have the space combat. No Man's Sky didn't.
Yeah, they had a lot of things they promised that weren't in there.
They didn't have the customization. These are 3 things that I believe in Bethesda. But
it was also really boring though. That's the whole thing. Every planet looked the same. All right, so they have a similar problem.
Yeah, but if you put a story in No Man's Sky, if you put combat in No Man's Sky, if you put space combat in No Man's Sky, it makes it more exciting.
The critical path is probably going to be great, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of fluff. And it's hard. Well, I mean, it's hard because you want it to be big because it's space. But it's hard to craft all this stuff, right? Like I was watching the Escapist. And they were kind of 2 minds. They were like divided, kind of like me and you are. And one of the guys.
I'm on the side of righteousness. This is going to be
one of the
quality. This is going to be a great game.
Well, one of the guys was saying just give me 7 planets that are really fleshed out. I don't want the 1,000 planets or whatever. Right? He was talking about the Outer Wilds, I think. Space game.
And you're gonna get
run around.
And you're gonna get 20 planets.
But you got no, there's 1,000 though. There's 1,000. I know, but maybe you get 20.
I think you're gonna get 20 that's fleshed out.
But all the other ones then are gonna be useless. You know,
Well, he
so
wanted
you get
7,
you get
so
you get a
it's
small
beyond
bit
his
that's cool.
expectations. It's beyond his expectations.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, don't put it in the game unless it's going to be interesting. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But okay. I could be
You have
wrong.
1,000 planets.
I have
but
been
you don't
wrong
have
before.
to go through 1,000 planets. You don't have to go through 1,000. You just have 20. All I need.
All right. We'll see how
All
it
right.
goes.
So if you had to rate the Xbox showcase
Mm-hmm.
or Xbox and Bethesda showcase between 5 stars or the Dave scale,
Oh.
what would you give it?
Well, I mean, on the Dave scale, it's fantastic. But the Dave scale doesn't go that granular. So I'm going to give it like a B+. I'm going to give it a B+.
Wow.
Well,
okay.
look. They had a hell of a ton of games.
They did.
A hell of a ton of games.
Do.
All
They
these,
always do.
I know, which is great because you want to have content. All these games are coming out within the year. We got info on a lot of these games. Nothing was really a surprise besides like Pentiment and a handful of other ones. But we got concrete games. We got concrete release window. Everything's coming out within the year. We got Hollow Knight, which was a big surprise, and we got to see what Starfield was all about. I thought it was good. Wasn't a lot of big bombshell surprises, I'll give you that, which is why it's not an A. But I thought the content was good. I'll say that.
All right, so I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to give it 3 out of 5. And Starfield,
So like a C. That's a C.
Starfield saved it. All right?
Okay.
Just getting a bunch of games and just showcasing it willy-nilly.
It's not willy-nilly.
Never is
willy-nilly. It was organized. It was organized.
No, it wasn't. It was organized poorly. Okay?
You say that every year, Dan. That's impossible.
And every year they keep doing the same thing.
God. Oh my
Sony does it better. Nintendo does it better. Devolver Digital does it better. I mean, come on.
Devolver Digital had like 4 games.
And they did it better.
They had Suda 51 as a robot for 90% of it.
And they did a better presentation in Xbox. Game.
No.
Just
they only had 4 games
against the wall.
They only had 4 games, and you only cared about one of them.
And they
had like 30 games, and you cared about 15 of them. They have a much better track record.
I cared about maybe 5.
No.
Throwing games against the wall and seeing if it sticks is not the way to do it. They need help.
Well, you didn't. Okay. Not liking the content is one thing, but I thought there was a lot.
You have to present it. How you present it. Steve Jobs showed us how you present something matters. Okay, it matters.
Sure, but at the end of the day, your product's got to be solid. So you're saying the presentation was bad, and you're also saying the product wasn't that good.
No one.
You're saying both. You're saying both. Besides Starfield,
no one wants to buy the product if you don't present it in the interest. Sorry, it's just the way it is.
Well, yeah, but I mean, as soon as you buy it and it's not good, but you're saying both are bad, is what you're saying.
I'm saying they just had games and threw it against the wall and see what sticks. No, don't do that. They could have cut like 10 to 12 of those games. I don't care about having 30 plus 50. Give me quality.
Well, what if they were all games you cared about? Would it be an A then?
No. You have to show it in a certain way. I give it a B for the actual content, but you got to show it in. You got to show it in an interest. That's why Devolver Digital made our list to go over the showcase. So I would give it a B. I'll give it a B. I'll give it. It was 3 out of 5.
So we're on the same page. I gave it a B plus. You gave it. Oh, you upped it to a B though. You had it at C.
Oh, B minus. B minus.
Oh, B minus. So it's like a 80, 81. Okay.
They got an 80. They barely hit 80.
Jesus. Okay.